It's an interesting chat you guys are having here right now. Don Drip Dolma with by far the comment of the pre-game chat so far. Let's see if you guys are with us. Oh, it looks like you are. Splendid. Outstanding. Good evening, folks. It's been a fun 2 days at the ranch, and we're going to start with me. At some of you, we're going to go over a story from the morning news show today because it's important and it expands very nicely into a topic that we all need to understand to properly put things in their place for the world today, if I can put it that way, and is important as we head into the disaster cycle. So, who can guess the most commented thing on my social media channels today? Who can guess? Go ahead. Type it in the chat. I want to see this. Who can guess? What was the most typed question in my chat all across social media today? Let's see. Yeah, there you go. There it is. I see it. Where's the documentary? You want to survive the solar micronova, and you can't listen. The private premiere at Observer Ranch was last night. Tickets have been on sale for months. Last night was the only time that version will ever be showed. That was the production team's version. My version will be coming out publicly in a few weeks. Those of you who are laughing right now, which is a lot of people in the chat, they're the ones who heard me say this over and over and over again, that last night was going to be the private premiere at the ranch, and then it was going to come out publicly on YouTube for everybody else a few weeks later. So, do you have any idea the task before us? The task before you. It requires more than a blasé, I'm half paying attention attitude. You notice my demeanor at the moment is quite different than it usually is on a live stream. And it will go back to normal momentarily. I'm doing this so you pay attention. And when I tell you, a lot of you don't have what it takes. Do you have any idea how many of you I meet all the time? When someone else is talking, you're thinking about what you want to say next, half listening to them. You're more interested in hearing your own thoughts, especially coming out of somebody else's mouth, than you are having your own opinion or belief about how something works be challenged. And a lot of you are not going to cut it. And nobody, where they stand today, is guaranteed to be standing in that position, having what it takes or not having what it takes when the day comes that it actually matters. Having it now is nice. Being able to bring it out now is nice. But it will matter when it matters. Anyway, what do you say we do a little screen share? Look, it's the sun. It's the sun. There isn't anything happening on the sun that we need to be concerned about currently. However, what I want you to notice, and this is what I noticed hours ago in the middle of the pole shift conference, the last pole shift conference of the year was today. Next one will not be for several months. Just as it was earlier today, I hope you guys can see that this little area is doing a bit of crackling. Are you guys able to see that? I hope so. Like much more so than you see around the limbs here or at some of the other bright areas. We have significant crackling going on right there. So let's take a look because we're going to go over what I did this exact thing in front of the conference today. So give me 1 second here. That right there is the crackling. And if you're wondering what that is and where it came from, "12 hours ago, it was this. It was just born this morning. Literally, I would say here, let me go back to the moment I uploaded the morning news. This is when I uploaded the morning news right here. This is what the dead center, and this is, we're zoomed in on the dead center of the sun, the SDO HMI magnetogram, looking at neutral iron return in the solar photosphere. Now I'm going to bring us up from the time that I released the morning news show today to now, and we've got that. And by the way, when I showed everybody this earlier today, it looked like that. It's quite a bit of growth. At this rate, and keep in mind, there's no guarantee that this rate of growth and growing complexity would continue. It certainly could, especially this is when it would. We're still up at sunspot maximum. And it is a brand new born sunspot, and they are the most likely to continue trends of increasing activity. And if that is what is to happen, I would expect that possibly overnight, but tomorrow, we're going to have more M-class solar flares. Now, this was, let me get this Earth scale out of here for a second. You can clearly see how big the sunspot group is compared to the Earth. It's already big. But let me get the Earth scale out here for a second. So the good news, this is already past the center line. It's already past the central heliographic longitude. Now, it's still got like 4 days before it's gone. And for about 2.5 of those, it can still hit Earth with a big CME. So there is no space weather news really practically at the moment. There's definitely something to watch for. Brand new baby sunspot. They're young. They're feisty. Those of you who've been watching a while, you know that if you're going to pick a sunspot to guess which one is going to go through a rapid growth and activity phase, you'd say, okay, which is the youngest sunspot right there? I'll pick that one. So something potentially to watch for or develop overnight. Maybe we'll have some solar flares to report in the morning news. We shall see. So the paper I want to talk about is this one from this morning. It's in Spanish, but really, as with almost every foreign language paper, no matter what foreign language, no matter what journal, they include the abstract in English, which they have done here as well. Let me go ahead and make this a little easier to see. We can do better. There we go. That's better, right? I think that's better. Rebecca Jo Steelman, how are you? My dear. Wow. All right. Sorry, I haven't seen her in forever. What a wonderful human. This was the story about workplace accidents and the KP index. Now, This is not the first time that we have seen this study done, but this is a fantastic look at it. And when they're doing stuff like this, their level of detail and certainty that they go into is usually pretty convincing. And that's the case here as well. Um, the more solar storm activity we have, the higher likelihood of human error caused workplace accidents. And that's interesting and expected. The reason for this is twofold, and it's the two biggest things, the things that we hit all of the time when we're talking about the impact of space weather on the human brain. And we do this because it's especially noticeable these days as a slowly increasing trend with the Earth's magnetic pole shift, which is increasing the impact of space weather slowly over time. What this paper is talking about is acute events, impulsive ones, like a solar storm, like what we had this last week. But whether we're talking about an acute spike in those impacts like here, or we're talking about the long-term trend upward in that space energy impact to the human brain because Earth's magnetic field is going away, it produces the same thing. Over long periods, that's more and more in general of a certain kind of thing. And over short periods, that's acute, significant events of the same nature. So, what are those two things? And I bet a bunch of you already know what I am about to say. One, the first thing that happens is mitochondrial activity in the hippocampus begins to decrease. This is causing a drop in the amount of energy supplied towards cognition, and your level of cognition or good thinking goes down. Basically, it means you get a little dumber when there's a solar storm. And at the exact same time, motor function is directly tied to a lot of these areas as well. A lot of motor function tends to be diminished slightly, but still sometimes it just takes a little bit, you know? And on top of that, the locus coeruleus at the center of the brain becomes overactive by being exposed to this space energy. And what does that matter? Why do we care? It's because the locus coeruleus, when it is active, it is what causes your emotional response. It is what causes especially the responses to anxiety, terror, panic, and fear. And so when you have spikes in here, you get a little dumber, your motor skills aren't 100%, and at the same time, you're more irritable and emotionally unstable. It's men, the sun can induce PMS in us as well. Let's just put it that way. And obviously that's not clinically scientifically accurate, but you get what I'm saying. These are the kinds of things that nature does to creatures at different times. In the case that I'm talking about here, obviously, nature takes it a little harder on women. But this effect from solar storms happens to everybody. And over the long term, that impacts everyone as well. So if you're noticing over the long periods of time, it seems like the world is getting dumber and more emotionally unstable at the exact same time. Yes, it is. And there's a very good scientific explanation for why that is the case. Now, it is also true that it seems like they want us dumbed and distracted, et cetera, and it's being played into. Like, it's not all the sun and the magnetic pole shift. They're definitely doing this to us too on purpose. They never let a disaster go to waste. So, yeah. Anyway, fun things. Did you guys know Ethical Skeptic's coming to Observer Ranch? He is. That's a thing that's happening. It's pretty cool. 1st through the 5th of May. Link down below for this event and for the PDF to our textbook, to tickets to our winter tour, which starts in 13 days in Omaha, Nebraska. And then we'll be going to San Diego, California in December because that's a very acceptable time to be away from Colorado. Orlando in January. Dallas, Texas. That's going to be a fun one in February. And Vegas in March. You know what? I've got the link for that. Let me So, yeah, this is what it looks like. These are the dates down there. There we go. Can we see that well? Perfect. Yeah, those are the dates. This link is also under the morning news all the time. I can't wait to see you guys out there. This is one of my favorite things to do. Come out and actually meet you guys. Another of my favorite things to do is get the out of Colorado in the wintertime. I really do not like this place for an unreal amount of the year. What does that say? No way. John Ho is coming too? That's outstanding. I didn't know that. John Ho's coming in May. Well, that's fantastic. Joplin Mike says, I turned 60 yesterday. These flares are kicking my butt. Nah, you're good. You're good, man. Just respectfully asking if you could answer my prior question. Justin, just so you know, you're not supposed to be asking questions until after I'm done doing all of this, which again is part of the paying attention. Having this knowledge has helped me managing people at certain times, just curious, endgame mentality, and how to be part of helping people. I have no idea what you're asking for. I have no idea how to answer that question. And if that is not your question, no, I actually can't scroll up and see what your previous question was. That's not something I'm able to do. It only lets me scroll up so far. So I'm really sorry, dude. But like, this is not the Q&A portion of the show. And, you actually caught my attention with that one. And I hope that was your question. Will you ever do a trip to Albuquerque? I don't know. I lived there for 3 years, which was a thing. Also, one of the ways that you might not have known that yesterday was not the public release of the documentary was how many times I've pulled this page up on the live stream and I said, the reason why you guys are all going to be able to watch the documentary for free a couple of weeks after the live or after the premiere at the ranch is because of goldobservers.com. They're the reason why you're not going to have to get a streaming service. It's not going to be behind a paywall. It's free for all of you in a couple weeks from now. And big ups to goldobservers.com for that. And if you don't know why you need gold and silver, I don't know where you've been. And if what's going through your head is you can't eat gold or silver, almost everybody here is 15 steps ahead of you. And you know only enough to be dangerous to yourself. And that's very unfortunate. Okay, then. So I need to go over here with my cursor. Do you know what time it is right now? Now is what we call question and answer time. And I'm sorry if you asked questions before, but no, I literally can't scroll up. So. And yes, JC Warlock, I have said it at nearly the end of every morning show for the past several weeks, but it's okay. Listening is hard. You only have 2 ears. What does that say? It's so nice to see everyone getting along. Fantastic. I will say this. I am slightly tired. The pole shift conferences take a lot out of me. I machine gun talk at you for hours on end. You really figure out what sort of an assault on your intelligence you can handle. And I use the word insult on purpose because it is not a challenge. It is basically an assault, an insult. Not insulting your intelligence in that way. It is an insult event to your ability to think and keep up and listen. But a lot of you guys do really, really well. Who were the attendees? I don't know what that means. Thought you mean the attendees? If that's what you're asking, the people who bought tickets at some point when I was telling people about them for the last several months. Thoughts on Earth expansion? The missing mass could be star water. Hydrogen fuses in atmosphere, creates vapor, which condenses water as mass. Right. You said a lot of stuff there, man. I'm not sure what the relevance of that is, but I think Earth expands and contracts like a lung. It breathes. I don't know if there is missing mass. I'm not sure about that. Hydrogen fuses in atmosphere, creates vapor, which condenses. I mean, my whole point has been, what does Earth's ionosphere do as a coronal mass ejection is approaching? It releases oxygen ions up into space, almost like it's trying to block the incoming hydrogen shock wave with oxygen in an electrodynamic environment at Earth's magnetic field. I think the universe knows what it's doing. Sean of all trades. No, you are wrong. He says, hey, remember me when I said the flash will happen over the Pacific Ocean? You said no. Now it's yes. No, it's not, faggot. The flash happens over the Middle East, East Africa, and Europe. The shell impact of the micronova happens over the Pacific. You do not have what it takes. If you can't do all of, if you can't get, this is not that challenging, guys. I realize there's a lot of material, but none of it is challenging. I break it down. I don't make you do the math. I don't make you understand the physics principles. I explain it in ways you can understand. I make this so that if you desire, you can survive and understand how and what is happening to the planet. But a lot of you just don't have what it takes. Too bad. I like most of you. Omaha is the Denver of Nebraska. Do it more central, like Grand Island. First of all, Sonny Kim, the event is fucking set. You think I'm going to change the venue now? Telling me what to do. That goes real well here on this planet. Fuck is wrong with you faggots tonight? Do you have actual questions? Do any of you want to survive the micronova, or are you guys just all happy with me taking over the planet after this happens? You're all good? Like, all of you are good? Because I'll tell you what, we got past the pole shift information portion of today to the prepping for the disaster. Every single person, save one, had the, oh, fuck moment. And yeah, that's a part of what's coming in the online course or any of the events you come to at the ranch next year. I'm giving you your, oh, fuck moment. You don't think I can? Come test me. I'm going to give you your, oh, fuck moment. You're all fucking around tonight. You guys having fun? We having fun here? You're all good. You're all prepped. Everything's straight. We're all good. Okay. Let me scroll down, see if anybody else feels like being a little more serious. Joe Peterson, what's up, man? I love you. Love you, buddy. Okay. Joe's getting me in a little bit better mood. Thank you, Joe. That was as good as a teal pear right there. Have you seen the passage in Matthew which perfectly describes your prediction? Black sun, moon not emitting light, run to the hills, hope it doesn't happen in winter. I agree, Matt. And yeah, I've seen that passage before. Thank you for the teal pair, Elizabeth. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm scrolling. I'm going to get there. Dabo9, Ben, can you please educate folks about DNA dreams? I had them since 4 years old. I don't know what DNA dreams are. How would I educate people once? I don't even know what that is. And yes, Denver sucks. God bless you, my friend. Jeff, thank you for the teal pair. How did the dating event go? I actually don't know how the latest one went. I know that there was a ton of matches from the first one, but we didn't find that out really for like a couple of weeks. Yeah. If you want, I'll figure it out. We've been like kind of busy with stuff at the ranch and I haven't even asked. So that and Barb's like dad died a couple weeks ago, which was really sad and distracting. You think the geomagnetic storm caused the height anomalies in the polar vortex? Probably. That's what it always is. Flying Iron says, Ben, you fucking grifter. Oh, you got me. Oh, no. It's like people forget I've been working on the internet for the last decade and a half. Becky says, hello, question mark, question mark. Hi. Are you having PMS? Persistently. But it only really kicks in on the live stream when stupid faggots show up and start acting like dumbasses. Ben's 2 favorite F words, flux lines and flares. Jeffrey, you had me going there. I wasn't sure I was going to be happy about reading that out loud. Elizabeth, thanks again for a teal pair. That's another one. That's fantastic. I'm still scrolling. I'm trying to catch up. It's not going well. Thank you, Bush Ninja, for the hippo. Bro, I'm in Scotland. My only hope in a postulated event is to float unless I can manage a spot at the ranch. Well, who says you can't? Lots of people are trying or buying land around us, which is getting harder to do too, by the way. Grand, thank you for that teal pair. Oh, all right. I'm desalinating now. So at least you guys are being nice now. If you're not going to be like serious, at least be nice. Please. For me. Ben, did you work at Karen's Diner? One where the waiters are surly? Yeah. Mm-hmm. You predict X-Class CME in the next week. So, wow, that's interesting. So they're going to invent a rating scale for CMEs, and they're going to have an X-Class. That's fantastic. I think you're thinking of solar flares. There is no rating scale for CMEs. Did not get to see any auroras. Really wanted to. Oh, Kinsey, I'm sorry. Ben has poor taste in music. Yeah, but your mom has perfect taste in me. Shut up, faggot. Ben is poor. Can you believe, like, what would possess somebody to do that? Can't wait to shake your hand. Got 2 of your books. Irish Slims. That's fantastic. And I love that you've got the Squatter Man logo there. How far should I be from a power plant in the event? It depends what kind of a power plant. If it's a nuclear power plant, steer clear. If it's a hydro plant, who cares? Let's see. Scrolling. Ben, you spoke of DNA dreams several times. I have never spoken of DNA dreams. I never used that phrase before, ever in my life. No point have I ever used the phrase DNA dreams. I don't know what the hell that is. Do you believe in reincarnation? I honestly don't know. Possibly. I think that our souls can come down to learn more lessons. I think that's possible. Teal pair, that's a good one. Joplin Mike, thank you very much. Appreciate that. I thought you only gave women the oh fuck moment. Well. But are you going to make it so I have to read your comments silently before I read them out loud? Katie Light. Oh, Katie, when am I going to get to give you a hug, honestly? Richter, appreciate it. Justin says, I'm coming from a true place of understanding. I take care of the elderly. My question was, how do I help people in the minimal time I'd have to save as many people that aren't prepping? You're not going to. Don't talk about Fight Club. This time is a good one to listen to Jordan Peterson. If somebody is not readily and openly listening to you, stop talking to them, because you're devaluing what you have to say and yourself by continually attempting to share something with someone or a group of people who's not putting any value on it. And even if you think that if they could just understand, they would put value on it, you're doing it wrong. And it's heartbreaking. I get it. I do. But you're still doing it wrong. Sheba dog with sparkles in his eyes saying, my hero. I love it. I love it. Fruit Flyer, thank you. Auroras were spectacular here in Alaska. Yeah, I bet they were, Burning Rage. The auroras were good up here outside of Santa's workshop during our cigarette breaks. Really? Thanks, Rudolph. Asshole. Did you see Tone's interview with Jack Christ? Interesting take on sunlight exposure, regional diets, and geomagnetic influences on health and longevity. Good listen for observers. I did not see that. I will ask Tone to send me the link. Forecast additional X-class flares. November to December, 6 to 9 total. November to December, 11 to 14 max, likely. Class X 9 to 14, temperature capacitance. Shannon, what the fuck are you posting this? And what do you base this on, Shannon? That's fantastic. I mean, if that happens, I'm really curious. But right now, I'm just a little curious. Based on what? Do you think that this is how it's done? You just go and be like, this thing's gonna happen. Watch for it. It's gonna happen. That's not how this works, Shannon. Thanks for not being an attorney. Right on. Yeah, Joe Peterson. Jordan Peterson does spell his name wrong. Keep a bug out bag, aka get home bag, in your vehicle. I like that. Know where you are going, if it be home or BOL. I don't think I know that one. Do not wait. Leave the moment the lights go out. Remember, 1 is none, 2 is 1. Prepping is my life. Right on, Sky. I like it. Hi, Ben. Been reading about the claims the Giza pyramids were aligned with Orion's belt as it would have appeared around 36,500 BC. Just curious, is that your understanding? I have absolutely no idea, and they don't have a goddamn clue either. Oh, the Friends Love Your Eyes Open, No Fear patch. That's fantastic. Do you guys remember when we would play the You Gotta Drink every time I say watch the playlist? Holy crap. That was a serious thing. That was a thing that happened. Scrolling. I reckon Solar Brain Fry isn't helping the 7,000 Club making good choices either. Looking forward to seeing at the ranch. Right on. By the way, I know it says, I know I said on X that I have no plans on being nice, and so far I really kind of haven't been. I'm not planning on going Wang Half tonight, okay? I'm not planning on going that far. Oh, so this is a joke channel. Yup, you got it. See ya. Sorry you misunderstood. I've seen at least 4 Stephen Burns burner accounts in the chat today. It's kind of unreal, isn't it? Stephen Burns, like, the thing is, if he was just an honest, good dude, like, I'd be about it. I'd be about it. But, like, he's a liar, a fraud, and a total faggot. So it is what it is. If the big event will melt all metals, it would affect natural unmined deposits. If that's the case, what would those effects look like? And do we see evidence of this? They would melt and then stay exactly where they are because there's nowhere to go. And then they would just cool again into the exact same shapes that they're in now. They're already in their molds. Yeah. Bug out location, BOL. Got it. Thank you. Will you still do live streams after the cataclysm? Obviously. Ben's not bipolar. He's single. I don't know how I feel about that comment. Thank you for the teal pair. I like how the person is literally typing in the chat where you can see the teal pears. What's a teal pear? My eyes look like different sizes and colors. If I take the red light away, is that still the case? Do we not go over this every live show? Do you think parts of the Appalachian Mountain? You know what? Fuck it. No. Everybody in the Appalachians is going to fucking die. You're all going to fucking die. Stop asking me about the Appalachian Mountains. Good God. The Bible does not contain any verses that explicitly write about or teach reincarnation. That's fantastic. I'm not sure why you're typing that, but okay. Your interview with Tim Pool was dope. It actually was. I'm going to say it again. I like him. And if you don't like it, that's fine. Susie, no matter how much prepping you do, it will never be enough. I've noticed the effects of the flares on health. I have to keep track of my sweetheart's vital signs. And he was a little more dizzy, live more like a Viking. Absolutely. No, I'm not drunk. It's funny that you think that, though. Hey, baby, what do you think of the new report of the AMOC collapse? I didn't see it. Somebody send that to me. Interesting. Cute girl said, hey, baby, by the way. Best way to get a hold of me? DM on X. No nudes, though. Too many of those. As a Christian, I think that I'm just kidding. You can send nudes. This will be the rapture. Why try to survive? Well, because I think you're fucking wrong, and I don't see any evidence for this being the rapture at all. In fact, no, I see absolutely no evidence for that whatsoever. Good luck. Did you have an argument earlier with a guy about where the micronova would occur? No, it's going to occur on the sun. I assure you that. Ben needs to be a guest on Kill Tony. I don't know. I don't think any of them even know who I am. How does it feel to be on the bankroll of what? Bankroll of what? Dude, I wish I had a bankroll. I still don't make as much money as the job I quit to follow my heart. So you can go, like, literally suck my dick. Okay? I remember having to watch 100 hours of educational videos. People today have it so easy, but they still won't do it. Denver sucks. Right on, Burning Rage. Hi, Ben. I'm starting to learn more about the Electric Universe literature. Just curious, how do you take Immanuel Velikovsky? He's not bad, but he makes a lot of mistakes. It's not really his fault. He didn't have all the tools in his tool belt. Don't follow Electric Universe. You're not looking for the Thunderbolts. You're looking for Anthony Peratt and plasma cosmology. That's what you want. Everything good that the Thunderbolts and Electric Universe has, they basically took from Hannes Alfvén, Christian Birkeland, and Anthony Peratt. Rosicrucian, question mark. That's not actually a fucking question, but no, I'm not a Rosicrucian. But I will say this. It's not like I don't fucking see you all the time. You're allowed to say hi. I don't bite that hard. Think you're sneaky? What's with the energy here, man? I don't know, dude. So, I make men uncomfortable and women's pussies wet. What the fuck you want me to say, Cosmic Man? What's the energy in here, man? I don't know. Smoke a doobie, meditate. Come back and tell me what your fucking conscience tells you. Why don't you go on the astral plane and see if there's any fucking answers there, dildo? Do you think that the Amish live such a primitive lifestyle because they know the disaster cycle is coming? Yup. And they also know it's better that way. Do you know what happens to the Amish when they become an adult? Usually around 17, 18. They give them an out. They give them an out. They say, you're free. You don't have to, but you can go out and see what the world is like. In fact, we encourage you to understand and know what the world is like out there. Do you have any idea what a preposterously high percentage come back? And there's a reason. I'm the guy from the last live stream. You called me out for unwinding with video games. I remember, Logan. I'm taking your advice, though narcolepsy might kill me anyway. There's got to be a way to get past narcolepsy, right? Which video shows safe zones post-event? What, am I just supposed to like know have the URL memorized for you right now? Would you like me to pause and make everybody wait while I go hunt it down for you? I don't know. You need to think about what you're typing here. What is your IQ? At least 7, bro. I'd say on a good day, I'm cracking the 12, 13 mark at least. Where do I apply to S your D is literally typed in the fucking chat. Jesus. 7,000 feet elevation, good. Fantastic. However, it requires special considerations for high altitude living. Those are easy to find, easy to talk about. That's the kind of thing where if you're genuinely considering that and you haven't lived there pretty much your whole life, you should probably find a way to come to the ranch and have a chat with us about that. We've got specific unique resources for extreme high elevation living. Those are never going online. Those are never going to be YouTube videos. If that's you and that's something you really want, you can come schedule a time to talk to us. It's not a joke what you're trying to do, and it's one of the best ideas if you have what it takes. For post-flare armaments, been thinking prismatic optics. Absolutely. And I actually don't want to give too many people too many ideas when they're just enough to be dangerous. But yeah, prismatic optics. But Demockery, the rest of your comment is tier 1. Just know I think so. Reuters mention it. Still got a hug for you, Dala. Okay, nice. Reuters mentioned it. Well, I'll be waiting for that hug, Randa, okay? I'm glad some of you are having such a good time. That's fantastic. Jesus. You remind me of one of my high school. One of your high school what? Finish that sentence. I'm exhausted. Can you tell? I'm scrolling, trying to find another super chat here. No way to predict the rapture, end times, and tribulation. We can anticipate, but not the rapture, in my humble opinion. You're probably right, Virtual Cockpit. I like to think I know this better than anyone in my position as we don't know exactly. Is there a movie that you can recommend that might have a lot of hidden meanings that you would recommend? Mine is the TV series Silo. No, I don't have anything like that. I've been a suspicious observer since circa 2012. Get off the roids, dude. It's burning your soul out. There is no tell that you don't work out than accusing somebody like me of roids. Do you have any idea what I would look like if I did steroids? There's also no better compliment for somebody who's not on steroids, by the way. Don't do steroids, by the way. You don't need to do that. Randa, yeah, people are asking stupid questions, and I am doing my best to save as many of you as humanly possible. It's not very easy. Joe Peterson, what's up again, buddy? Remind us about core connection to crust and how to determine guess where lifting and subsidence occurs. Obviously, Rockies are solid. A lot of that is just I don't really know. I do think the center of the United States will go down. I think the African rift will spread. I unfortunately think Australia and New Zealand is still going to keep sinking. Other than that, I wish I knew more. You only make beta males uncomfortable. Your salty smackdowns just make the rest of us grin. I actually know that. Monique, thank you for the teal pair. Scrolling. Was so happy you were on early for November 11th for the flare and just signed up for the Observer review. Right on. Did anybody sign up for that recently? Have you got a plan B? That's not for guys. That's what the girls do. Can you say hi, Matt? Hi, Matt. How you doing? This attractive female on here just said, Ben, say hi, Matt. Hi, Matt. How's it going? You lucky. Wonder what sunburst will set off the volcano in the Oregon coast. I'm going to watch Alex Jones. Fair enough. I can't call you out on that. It's the end of the world. Scrolling. Susie, thank you for that teal pair. Monique says, hi, Ben. Could you share your opinion on the safest time to fly in relation to solar activity? I live in Canada and would love to attend your events. To be honest, it's not that dangerous yet. Only in the worst events would it be dangerous right now. When it gets that bad, I will be telling people. I mean, if you want to be overly cautious, okay, don't fly at all. But there's a cost to that too. And the effect of solar storms on psychology. Could you do a deeper dive? I've done it so many times, and it's in all of the books. What do I think of Greg Braden? I have better things to say about him than I do about most of the people who I would say led this science alternative community before I got here. I do know them all. Graham, Nassim, David Wilcock. I know the characters that helped them come up. I know George Norrie. I know a bunch of other people whose names aren't well known, but they're the glue that connects those pieces and connected those pieces. I know Randall Carlson. I don't call him anymore because it's very rare when I have 3.5 fucking hours to just sit there doing nothing and listen to that man talk. Entertaining though it might be, I just don't have the time. Then I'm still pissed that I convinced him it was the sun, and then he spent a weekend with Graham Hancock, and he Hancocked himself back to the comet idea. Fucker. 33 degrees Mason these nuts, Mr. Carlson. Do you think people are waking up now that the sun color is so much more noticeably different? Maybe they are, but I still think there's a lot. There's a lot of people who just aren't seeing shit. Oh, look, Sean is back with an ego like yours. You'd make the new world no different than what it is now. You got me. Dude. What you could have just typed, I'm so sorry, I'm a faggot. Holy hell. Thank you for the Sheba dog, John. Can't wait for the new disaster movie release. Right on, Aussie. Thank you for the pair, Gabrielle. Love it. We won't know the day or the hour of the pole shift. Briefly, what reasons make you convinced it won't be Rapture? I didn't. Who's? What makes you think that that's literal? The Bible is equal parts literal, metaphorical, and allegorical. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Are we on this fucking live stream debating whether or not there's going to be a fucking rapture? What are we doing here? You don't have what it takes. Not even fucking close. Will you look the sun with telescope before micronova? Yeah, probably, but it's going to have a nice filter on it like all of them. Yeah, George Snorri, that's funny, but like the world changed in his time. And it's just he's still here. Hi, Ben. Thanks for all you do. It means more than I can say. You and your family are in my prayers daily, as all of we could use prayers. Fantastic. I appreciate that. Athon 88 or Ithon 88, whatever that is. I like you. What do I think of Mike Adams, the health ranger? I've done an interview with him before. He's nice. I think his heart's probably in the right place. He doesn't have very good discernment when people are full of shit. That's not necessarily his fault, though. With 6 kids on a homestead, I am more than halfway to my goal of 10. Fantastic. One of the best ways I know to survive the coming natural selection check. I would agree. Such goals are much easier with more than one woman, though. Okay. Somebody just wrote Judaism in the chat. That's fun. Randall Carlson seems married to the impact theory. Actually, he gets pegged by the impact theory. Oh, no, he didn't. Yeah, I did. Joplin Mike, thank you. Davo, I've asked many questions about 5. You have answered and said good questions. Others you blast me. Why? Do I piss you off for some reason? Ben, you mentioned DNA dreams many times. That's why I watch you every day. Dude, my memory is 4 times better than yours. If you can find a video where I use the phrase DNA dreams, I'll eat my shit on that one. All right? Otherwise, no, I've never fucking said that. I've never fucking seen it. I can't believe you paid money to type that in here and whine like a little bitch. Now you're pissing me off. Holy fuck. What are you doing? What are you doing? Have you considered you might be affected by the X-class flares just like the rest of us? Dude, go fuck yourself. Outrageous. Outrageous behavior. All of you. Outrageous. Hard to choose between Ethical Skeptic and Chris Martz. That's true. Chris's event is going to be awesome in July. That's going to be fun. Thank you, Gabrielle. I appreciate that. It's not necessarily fun having to come here and deal with you people. Where's the best evidence of geologic records of a micronova? That's where Doug Vogt's nova isotopes come in. What are DNA? I don't know what the fuck a DNA dream is. I seriously have no fucking idea what the hell he's talking about. Here's an idea. You want to take a shot with me? Here's what it's going to take for you to take a shot with me. Come to the winter tour. I assure you, I will never, ever be taking a drink of anything at the ranch. But on the winter tour, after the show, yeah, maybe. Okay. Sure. Why not? If Annie Gunderson has not heard me say DNA dreams, I've not fucking said it before. Thank you, Randa. And yeah, he's a dum-dum. For the observers, I'm at 7,000 feet, identical terrain and zone as the ranch. It is completely doable. I'm going to make it warrior mode right on virtual cockpit. I have to say, I'm not necessarily sure why some of you write some of the things that you write. Sometimes I think that some of you just want to hear my voice say what you typed and then perhaps say your name along with it. Is that any of you? Are any of you doing that? Are any of you doing that? To survive any apocalypse requires knowledge. Can you make a friction fire? Can you make grass rope, gorge hook, raft, shelter? Can you purify water? Yes, James, that is the basic idea. I'm still trying to catch up, and it's just not happening. Do you have an estimate or historical data on how long the famine phase of the sun's heliospheric shield collapse will last? And what is the impact on humans? First of all, wait a minute. What the hell kind of a Brandy? I'm not even sure what the heck that question is asking me. The famine phase of the sun's heliospheric shield collapse. Can any of you guys translate that for me? I don't know what the fuck that says. Like, I feel bad. Like, she super chatted. I want to give her an answer. Like, it's in my heart right now. I want to do that, but I don't know. I don't know what that says. And like, it's not like I can call her right now. I don't know her phone number. She ghosted me. Blocked. I'm dying with laughter here. I could genuinely see you reaching through the screen and strangling something. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That's a little much, but in one of your interviews, you talked about the four horsemen relative to the sun. It blew my mind. I appreciate that, Doomsday Benny. Yeah, it blows most people's minds when they hear it. Thank you for recommending Anthony Peratt. Just curious, can you name some others? Yeah, Anthony Peratt, Hannes Alfvén, Christian Birkeland. If it ain't that, it ain't physics. Ben, you want a 3D printed pole shift desktop globe? Actually, you wouldn't believe how many people have made me globes. But yeah, sure, we'll take another one. Opinion on Blue Planet Red. I don't know what that is. Blue Planet Red. What is my opinion on the three words Blue Planet Red? What are we doing here? What's happening right now? The world is getting dumber indeed. Write a book about surviving the disaster. No, I have a class that you can come to in person, several different ones based on which one you like. And then there's an e-course I'm offering. And stop telling me what to do, you dumb bitch. Yeah, I'll go after the faggots. And girls, you are not fucking immune. Do you believe in NDE, near-death experience? Goodbye. I'm blocking. You know what? If I see a shred of stupidity, I'm blocking you. If I see you not being fucking serious, I'm blocking you. If you give me very strong evidence that you don't have what it takes, I'm blocking you. I am so sick of this. Ow, fucking rageous. Teal pear, thank you, Anthony. I don't even know what to do. I either need a whole bunch of teal pears or ladies, you need to send me nudes to the DMs on Twitter. One of those two things needs to happen. Nevada will be the biggest sinkhole. Yeah, Nevada could be an issue. It's got a bunch of holes underneath it. Jeffrey, thank you for the teal pear. Do that hot bath in bed soon. Do I look like a bath guy? That's interesting. Andy Gunderson, you're going to get away with saying that because it's you. But I'm not a bath guy. No. I almost don't want to scroll down anymore. I don't want to see what the fuck's down here further. The Quran states the sun will rise in the west. Your model, it rises in the south. Why wouldn't the sun rise in the west? First of all, the Quran. Second of all, depending on what part of the world is facing the sun could rise from any of the directions because it's going like the, if the world stops and goes back the other way, the only place it could be seen as rising from the west. But when you add a 90-degree tilt along the second axis while it is doing this, depending on where you are in the world that day, the sun could rise from anywhere. But then again, that requires a considerable amount of math and physics, and you're into the Quran. So, did he just disrespect Muslims? Yeah, I did. The fuck you gonna do about it? Why aren't there Carrington societies in every town with biodiesel education like the Burb? Because human beings are fucking stupid. Jennifer. Evening G, always wondered. Top 3 bands you jam out to. Man, I really don't. I really don't. I'm not much of a music guy unless I'm working out. Can you make a list of books somewhere you suggest? I don't have any books I suggest. Unless they're manuals or guides or something like that, how-to books about stuff related to survival. No, I don't have any recommendations. But if it falls into that category, it's a recommendation. Like, seriously, there's no more recreation. There's no more video games. There's no more beers and watching football at night. If that's you, you're already fucking dead. You don't have what it takes. Just go ahead and keep drinking beer and playing video games. You're fucked already. Don't worry. The future's mine. And any of the women you like who survive, they're going to belong to people like me too. But go ahead. Keep drinking. Keep watching football. Keep letting me have Lifetime Fitness to myself at 6 a.m. in the morning. Keep fucking around in the chat. When I show up, I could be doing anything. I don't have the kids tonight. What I was looking at earlier is quite a bit of dating app shit. I could be doing anything right now. I'm here for you. Because some of you have legit questions. Some of you want to survive, and some of you probably have what it takes. A lot of you don't. Yeah, I titled the live stream this because I knew this is about how this was going to go this evening. How did I know that, you might ask? There's a reason I'm me. I'm the window washer. It's not that I'm smarter than you. And yeah, this is the quote from the Mothman prophecies. I'm not smarter than you, but from where I'm sitting, I can see further down the road than you can. I promise. Thank you for the teal pear, Smokey. I knew it was going to be this way, and I knew that it was going to come to that. Come down to me having to check you here. This is, you may idea. I would rather be. I'd rather be with a woman right now. No doubt. I love you all so much, though, and I'm here trying, making myself available. Public office hours. I like, you're making bank, bruv. $700 so far. $700. That's not exactly bank. Okay? And YouTube takes half. You guys really think I'm like rich, I'm making bank? I made so much more money before I quit to follow my heart doing this stuff. So much more money. If the ranch doesn't do great in our second year here, Kat and I will lose the ranch. We will lose both of our houses. Space Weather News goes down. It's like for the last 5 years when most of you had no idea that my family fell apart because I showed up every day and I just kicked more and more ass every day. while I was dealing with the thing that is the number one cause of male suicide, all suicide, actually, I got better. I also turned myself into a fucking monster. I figured out things nobody else in the world had ever figured out. Is this not inspiring to you at all? And you know what? You want to say I got a big ego? Yeah, I do. It's fucking deserved. Does this not inspire you at all? Why are you the way that you are? Why are you not better? I'm seriously wondering. Why are you not better than what you are? Why don't you make better decisions? If it's just you, okay, fine. Maybe you don't care. Do you have kids? Does anybody count on you? Does anybody love you and would care? Thank you for all of the teal pears, okay? I appreciate it. Where is my dog? Downstairs. Thank you, Logan. Wow, guys, thanks for all the teal pears. I didn't realize you were basically just bombing those here while I was chimping out. It's fun. Thank you, Albie. I'll try to keep kicking ass. Trying. Appreciate it, guys. Did I catch up? Holy shit. Wow, finally. Nick Jazz says gay. Yeah, okay, fine. I went soft for a second. My bad. That's my bad. All right. That was my bad. We're back. But then again, did you not hear the fucking rumor? Did you not spread the word? Timu Wolverine is gay. That was easily my best tweet yesterday. Family and yes, you inspire me. Right on. Thank you, Susie. F the physical plane. Honestly, I disagree. I think we're here for a very important purpose, Nick. That is off topic. You know what? You're not wrong. That's legit. Throw up those guns again. Jeez. I can't find the documentary. Life Without James just showed up here and said, I can't find the documentary. You are fucking up the collective and running the facts with your childish, sad ego. Greg, I bet your bitch would fuck me. And now you can't comment on my YouTube channel anymore. Seriously, act up in here, and I'm gonna do that to you. I hope it was worth it. Fucking idiots. It shouldn't have to be said. If you are taken, do not message me on Twitter. Do not send me photographs. Please, don't be that person, please. When apocalyptic dating app, Breed to Succeed. Breed to Succeed is the name of the game in the first place, yeah. Inspiring, yes. Question, is Cycle 26 most likely? I assure you it is the most likely thing after this solar cycle 25. I'm not sure what you're asking. Is it at the most likely time for us to lose the grid? That's what I'm guessing. What's up with Soho and ESA and JASA? I don't know what you're asking me. Can we go back to Suspicious Observer? Nope. You might have caught up, but I missed your question. How deep to bury iron tools? Why do you think burying them is going to do any good? The deeper you go, the stronger the induction. Put them in plastic or rubber. YouTube takes 30%. Apple takes 30%. Yeah. Some of us certainly appreciate all your work, Ben. Yeah. I mean, are you married? I am not married. No. Catherine and I have been separated for many years. Life without James. You mean you were joking? Oh my God. That's funny, actually. All right. That's legit. Man, I'm tired. Long day. There are likely not enough intelligent people to warrant these live stream Q&As. I know. I fucking know, Mindy. Did you have to vocalize it? God damn. There aren't. Oh, that's so depressing. But that's not depressing. Kirsten Alphabet says, Ben, you're aging backwards. Oh my God. I love you. Snowflakes a mountain. That's right, Heather. The individual who incites insight amongst his fellow man, teaches them peace, harmony, and that the man who doesn't compete succeeds at everything. The man who doesn't compete has a very low testosterone level and gets no pussy. Let's see. Can't wait to see the documentary and hoping I can get the money together to drive the 1,500 miles and tickets to something this spring. Love what you do. Oh, right on. Right on, Smoky Mountain Kitty. That's actually an awesome name, Smoky Mountain Kitty. Any data on CME strength and earthquakes 7.0 or higher? Yeah, tons of it. Like in all my books and all the papers I've done on it. What, would you like me to stop and make everybody wait while I go find those papers right now for you? Danny, would you like me to do that for you, Danny? Do I need to hold your hand, Danny? Some of y'all mama did everything for you. And it's clear. Birdie, thanks for the teal pair. I don't know what I'm still doing here, by the way. Like, this is way longer than I usually go. High idol worshiper. Okay. If there is evidence that magnetic density can play a role in human behavior, do you think that affects shifting population to different regions? Maybe. Jesus Christ, that cannot be a real comment. Will you fuck my wife? No. No, man. Sorry, I am not a hot wife bull. I could probably pull it off, but no. That's further than I'm. Somebody type something better for me to talk about. Oh my God. We're here to learn as much as we can and bring as many people to the next stage. Hugs. Oh, Susie, thank God. Sorry about your separation. Can't be easy. I found ways to make it easier. Taking it out on his followers. Davo B, you're just being a faggot bitch now. And there is a reason why I do this to you on live streams. I've explained it dozens of times, and if you don't know what that is, maybe you don't have what it takes. Your cognitive abilities is unfortunate. So is your grammar. The pervial ringing being so far to the right side of the bell curve has got to get annoying. Yeah, it does. Your roids are showing. I don't take steroids, but thank you so much for the compliment. Thank you for the compliment. It's the best one you can give me. The cross is ancient Roman mockery. It's pagan and satanic. All right, then you don't have to wear one. And I'm glad you think that's a fun thing to write on YouTube channel. And now you'll never be able to type here again. You know how you can tell I'm natty? because I look natty. When somebody's on steroids, it's not just that they balloon up like a motherfucker. They get steroid face. And I can assure you, the hair loss that I do have thus far, I've had that for quite some time now. Like that was accelerating like crazy in my early 30s, and it pretty much has slowed to a standstill for the last 4 years. I was still a fat piece of shit with no muscle 4 years ago. So, but yeah, love it. Laces out, Dan. I like that. Yeah, the smart ones are just listening. The smart ones know they have twice as many ears as mouths. I'm going to read this thing. Chef's Game 2. I'm sorry. I'm going to put you on blast here. He says, I've been tested multiple times. 187 IQ here, tested by Mensa. And I would say it's not that people aren't listening. It's that it takes 2 messages to figure out if he will be heard. That sounds like something a stupid motherfucker would say. What do you think about people who type stuff like that out in public? Stupid motherfucker. Thank you, Ben. We appreciate you trying to inform and teach everyone. I appreciate that, Brandy. Life-changing info, hopefully. Did Sean of all trades get under your skin? No, but it's nice. If he won't, his wife, I'm not gonna. That's a really good point too. But also, like, no. Man, I was just kidding. You shouldn't have fucking typed it, dude. Like, seriously. Like, I'm glad you guys are having fun. I mean, I'm glad this was fun for some of you, but like, you guys are in trouble. You guys are in trouble. You're in serious trouble. Oh, that's a good point. Half these people got the shot, so not much chance for you anyway. Dude, you still got dumbasses talking about my cross on here. What's happening? What are we doing? I could do you a huge favor. Ma'am, I could do you a huge favor. No thanks. What crops are best to grow during the micronova? None. During the micronova, nothing. Don't do anything during the micronova. Just fucking sit there and hope you don't die during the micronova. Don't go outside. Don't do anything. To find a woman that hasn't had vaccine exposure. I don't know, dude. I don't date vaccinated girls, and it's not challenging. It's not challenging. I could use that favor. Please live stream during the micronova. I mean, okay. If the internet's still a thing, I will, but I'm pretty sure it won't be. So, what about DNA dreams? Luke, you got balls, man. But I'm also sitting way back here, and you're harder to block from back here. You're much like, I mean, think, and now you're basically impossible for me to block without significant amounts of effort on my part. Y'all can type whatever the fuck you want right now. Seriously, you guys can type whatever the fuck you want. I'm not coming up. Do you have a sex addiction? Yeah.
obviously. It's also called having a penis, retard. Ben, best guess on recovery time. For what? Like how long until I can get it back up after sex, or like recovery time from the micronova to when you can go out and plant shit again? What are you asking me? This thing has completely devolved. I don't know what we're talking about anymore. Ben, what movie discloses your version of none? My documentary, which will come out in a couple weeks. Yeah, the lives have become just amusement at this point. What's my longest fart? That's actually funny. That's actually funny. Whoa. And tell me the worst parts about being COVID. Tell me the worst parts about being COVID vaccinated are. You're not you anymore. You may have been divorced from your soul. How do you think that something ethereal recognizes the physical realm and interacts with it? It's not fucking magic. It is the cosmic antenna, the helix, the DNA. It's the only way that the soul would know you're you. All right. I'm fucking exhausted. And I'm a little hungry. And it's pec day tomorrow, which is my favorite day in the gym. So I will see you in the morning for the daily show.